Hey houseplant friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Into the void she goes. Hey houseplant friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about my top 10 favorite houseplants from 2019. I started collecting houseplants 9 months ago in March. I've been collecting for most of this whole year and it exploded very quickly. I have favorites, and in a separate video I'm going to film my least favorites. I just feel like that would make this video way too long. Says the YouTuber who just put out a 50-minute video about her cat. Okay, I'm excited to share with you. Some of these you can, already see in the frame, but I have them in order, so we're going to go backwards from my least favorite to my very favorite. And then I do just want to say that it was very hard to put these plants in order. It was very hard to put these plants in order. I absolutely adore all my plants, especially my plants in the greenhouse. So being able to pick top 10, some of these, I'll tell you about them, but some of these I like because they grow for me a lot, and others of them have some sentimental value. So, right, Raven? Do you have sentimental value? She's like, I've never seen the plants from this angle before. The last plant on our list, which is the first plant, because starting at number 10, is Syngonium Albo Podophyllum. This guy is an amazing plant, especially when you treat it right. He really grows for you. You can see where Raven took a little bite out of his leaf right there. This guy is amazing. I have 4 of these plants. One's over there, 2 more are over here. This one I put in a little cactus pot. He actually grows the best, so I think I'm gonna repot my other ones. This one is just really having a horrible time, and I don't know why. So, he just got watered recently too, so it's one of the only Syngonium that I truly, really love. If you've never heard of it, here you go. It's kind of like the poor man's Albo, but still not cheap. This plant will run you probably $30 to $50. This specific one I got for $30. The 2 over there I got for $48. So, it just depends on where you go. Hi. The next plant on my list is the Epipremnum Pinnatum Cebu Blue. He looks a little crunchy right now because this is the one I keep on my front door, so he gets a lot of these feelers coming out. But this plant is amazing. I love it. Make sure that when you're buying it, you're not just buying Epipremnum Pinnatum. You can tell the glossy, almost blue tone sheen to the Cebu Blue that Raven's interested, that the other ones they don't have. So, plus it grows so incredibly well. It's so hard to do bad with this plant. I have 3 of these in my house because I'm blessed that my Lowe's is always stocking them in. But yeah, this is the Cebu Blue, an amazing plant. The next plant on our list is a newer addition to my family. This is Begonia Tiger. It is this bright yellow and orange and red on the undersides of the leaves. Again, like I said, some of these are a little crusty. I've got to clean off the bad leaves soon. But this plant is amazing. I had this in my cart for a really long time before I finally decided to buy it. I ended up not even buying it from eBay. I bought it from the Potted Elephant in Oregon. They had this the last couple times that I went, and I just never bought it because I didn't get it. I didn't understand, but it's okay, now I know. I'm kind of like on a begonia kick lately, so. Plant number 7 on my favorites list for 2019 is the Anthurium Warocqueanum. Well, here's the Anthurium Warocqueanum leaves that I originally came with. And here is the leaf that we got most recently. Here's a head test on both of them. This one versus, I have to hold it behind me, this one.
Crazy.
The only difference is that this one grew in almost, I think 90% humidity almost all the time. Sometimes it drops down to 78, but yeah, super high humidity. She's got super sparkly veins going on, more than this one. How did that turn into that? It's crazy.
Crazy.
I love this plant because it was the very first expensive rare plant I ever bought, and I didn't even know that it was rare when I bought it. I just saw it and liked it and was like, yeah, I'll pay $100 for that. It's been with me since the very beginning, back in April. So the next plant on our favorites list is the Philodendron Melanochrysum, who is very wobbly. I need to give it a bigger pot. This is like not even a 4-inch. Here's our child. Let's back up. Sorry, Raven. This is our newest leaf. As you can see, she is actual perfection. I got this plant when this leaf was coming out right here. So since then, we've put out this leaf and this leaf in only a month. So it's very fast growing. Again, I do keep this in my greenhouse where it is upwards of 80 degrees at all times. And she's doing amazing. I always wanted one of these, but I've always been so satisfied with my Micans over here that I just never really felt the need to spend all that money on a Melanochrysum, but then I was offered a super killer deal. So how can you say no to a deal when it involves such a beautiful plant, am I right? Even this leaf too, the leaf right before, is also very nice. Man, that velvet shows up so well on camera. Number 5 on our list is Philodendron Melanochrysum. This is a plant that I also have 4 of. I used to have 5, but I gave one away in a giveaway. Here we have a brand new leaf happening. Amazing. Cannot wait to see that thing fully separate from its little leaf sheath. This plant is so great, so easy. Pop it in your greenhouse, pop it in your high humidity room, and just let it go. All of mine grow like heckin' crazy. Probably get a new leaf every 1 to 2 weeks. 2 weeks on like, you know, a bad week. And I love the leaf shape. It makes me think of a dragon. You know, like this is where like the horns would be up here and then the noble face right here. Always loved this plant. It was one of the plants that I was most excited to get ever when I very first got one. Philodendron Melanochrysum. Number 4 on our list of my favorite houseplants is this piece of art right here. This is the Alocasia Frydek. There we go, kind of. Here's a head test. Mine is very big because I keep the humidity very high. This leaf right here is about almost 2 feet long, so it's very big. I love how the leaves get really dark. Of course, you can see that sometimes leaves don't always get super dark. Over here we have a lighter variation. It's billowing right now to try to reach the sun because the window is over there. And I don't know, look at how beautiful that curve is. So amazing. This thing is just art. I don't know, I've had this plant. This was one of the very first plants I ever bought. Like literally I went houseplant shopping and I picked up this plant for the very first time. This and a couple of other plants that I don't have any of except for this one, which isn't one of my favorite plants, but it is one of my oldest plants. This was one of the smaller leaves too. I had leaves on this thing that were down to here, but they died off. If you don't know this, it's very important to know, Alocasia are martyrs. When they put out more than like 5 or 6 leaves, they lose their oldest one, which sucks. But so many people think that they're bad at taking care of Alocasia because they think that they're killing off all the leaves, but actually that's just part of nature. So. Our 3rd favorite plant for the year 2019 is this Philodendron Burle Marx Fantasy. This is a plant I have wanted since the very beginning, a plant that I have known about since I very first started collecting. If you haven't seen the video, this cutting was a birthday gift to me from an amazing plant collector. Her name on Instagram is Tropical Seductions, and her real name is Denise. She's so amazing. She found out I wanted one of these so bad. She let me buy it from her, except I never got to pay, and she had my address and she just sent this bad boy my way. Phenomenal plant. It has these beautiful, oh, you're not gonna be able to see it. It has these like beautiful, almost like cross hatching on the leaves, and has this silver sheen to it, and the new leaves come in with pink tinges on the back, and it's just perfect. It's amazing. This thing's put out a whole new leaf in my care, and it is starting to put out another one while it's still only rooting. So our 2nd favorite houseplant for 2019 is Anthurium Warocqueanum. This is 2 different plants. This is actually a brand new leaf. It's my first Warocqueanum to put out a new leaf, and she's killing it. This guy had a little bit of surgery done to her. If you watched one of my repotting videos, you would have seen me do the cuttings, and you'll notice she's healthily healing, doing amazing. The younger plant's putting out a new leaf, which is just, I mean, amazing. It's so hard to get Anthurium seedlings to take off. So this plant is not for the faint of heart. If you want to take care of this plant, you gotta be willing to chop its leaves. You gotta be willing to cut off any yellowing that you see, and you gotta be willing to spend the money to get it right. The first plant I bought cost me $130, who is in the greenhouse, and I had to cut off 3 leaves, and then a couple weeks later I had to cut off half of 1 leaf. So as of right now, that plant only has half of 1 leaf, only the top half, but now she's doing amazing. These second 2 I spent $100 on because they were $50 each, and I did much better job. As soon as I got these guys, I threw them immediately into the greenhouse. High humidity all the time. They always need to be wet. Their roots always need to be moist. They're very picky. Do not get this plant if you do not have the area to keep it moist and you don't have the means to keep it wet all the time, because you'll just waste your money. Chloe, my best friend Chloe, has lost hers. This guy on Instagram who always messages me, his just died. Another person today on Instagram messaged me, theirs died today. They cut off the last leaf. Please, the only connection to all 3 of those people is that none of them had a greenhouse. I'm the only one who had a greenhouse. Mine survived, theirs didn't. They only had cloches. Mine was not doing great when it was in a cloche. It just wasn't. So greenhouse this bad boy, or don't get one. But I promise if you get one and it survives, it will be like the most rewarding thing you've ever done. And finally, our very last plant, my favorite plant of 2019, should be absolutely no surprise to you, Philodendron Atabapoense. This guy has been my favorite all year. By far my very favorite plant. Its leaves look so similar to Spiritus Sancti. It grows just this beautiful upright. This one right now is in the middle of putting out a new leaf. You can just kind of see that on the window right there. Amazing plant. I love this plant. Similar to the Warocqueanum, this plant will not grow unless you give it high humidity. We're talking above 70%. I had mine in my house and it was just like out here in the living room where it's like 30% humidity. Dude was trying to put out leaves and they were rotting before they could ever unravel. Now that and they were getting smaller too. Smaller versus getting bigger as they go up, as like they're supposed to. Now that I keep them in there, the leaves have been getting bigger. This one right here is a huge improvement to the one that was before, which rotted before it could ever come out of its little leaf sheath. So, Philodendron Atabapoense, so easy as long as you have the ability to take care of it and you don't shirk your care duties. I own, I think, 4 of these plants. One of them is in my greenhouse and it's almost 4 feet tall. It's really getting up there. I wanted to show you that one, but I mean, you can go to my greenhouse video and see that for yourself. But yeah, those are my favorite houseplants from 2019. Please let me know please let me know in the comment section what your favorite houseplants are from 2019 or what your very favorite one is. Let me know your thoughts on what my favorite houseplant list is if you're curious to not see a plant here. I know you all are gonna be like, Ashley, where's the cactus? Well, cactus don't really count in this category, and I haven't had cactus long enough to make a my favorite cactus from 2019 video. I only just got into them at the end of November and now in December, so I don't really think I'm qualified to make a video on my favorite cactus, but if you need to know, my favorite cactus that I own right now is definitely the Tephrocarpus geometricus. There we go. Which is this guy. Just a heckin' sphere. Who wouldn't want that in their house? Thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure to leave a like. Please subscribe. Please tweet me at Plantly. @PlantMeAshley. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram @PlantMeAshley. Follow my cat on Instagram @raventhecat.jpg. I don't know when this video is going up, but Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I hope that you guys are having a great time. My finals are over. I took the last one today. Got an 82%, which was fine because it only dropped my grade 1% from a 96% to a 95.9%. Still taking home that A, baby. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.